What's going on, art dudes? Art dude Saz here. You can just call me Saz. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. And a lot of you may not know this, but this month is the 1 year anniversary of my YouTube channel. Last month was the 3 year anniversary for my drawing journey, but this year is my 1 year anniversary for the YouTube channel, as I started the YouTube channel in March. I just wanted to do a 1 year update on what I've learned, what type of content I want to do in the future, and just inform you guys of the things that I've learned running a YouTube channel and the things that I want to continue to do in the future. So, what I've learned from running a channel for a year is that growing as a YouTuber is much harder than I've expected, considering I'm only at less than 100 subscribers in a year. And that's mainly because of my channel is something of a niche within a niche. People don't really want educational content, or not that they don't want it, they don't go on YouTube to look for it. So in an essence, it's more of a niche within a niche within a niche. And that's kind of evident by my more general videos getting more views than my more specific ones. Just like my 3 years review, when I went over my 3 year art journey, and you compare that with my art talks or my art tutorials, and you can do the same thing with my manga reviews. My manga reviews get more views than my art stuff, and because art is not really a thing people go on YouTube to look at or to learn, it's harder for the channel to grow. YouTube as well, YouTube itself, viewers, it's quite harsh to say this, but they do want clickbaiting videos, and they do want easy to digest videos. A lot of people, they judge a video simply based on the title and the thumbnail, and they don't actually click on the video, and that judgment is made within a very minute scale, like within a few seconds of seeing the thumbnail or the title. If it doesn't really capture your attention, then it doesn't really get any views or any sort of acknowledgement, despite the claim that lots of people do not like clickbait and they don't like being clickbaited. It's what makes the world run. It's what YouTube relies on. It's what YouTubers rely on. And that's another reason why it's more harder for educational content and harder for smaller YouTube channels to, grow their channel organically. Another reason is that YouTube is very inconsistent with YouTube Shorts, in that they don't promote shorts that don't do trends, or shorts that are from smaller channels. And because of this, there's also less incentive for YouTube to promote these types of channels, long form and short term videos, focusing on art and educational content over finance, crypto, and drama videos, more or less. It also means that the 1,000 views per dollar is also skewed. Given that I'm not monetized, but I'm very knowledgeable about the monetization aspects and things like that, some categories of topics get $10-$20 per 1,000 views, compared to the lower topics, which only get $1 per 1,000 views. But YouTube nowadays wants longevity over short form content, so I don't really know. No one knows what goes on YouTube besides YouTube themselves, and I don't even know if they know what's going on. So that's kind of what I've learned from running the channel for a year. And now we're going to move on to types of content in the future. I really want to make more art tutorials focusing, tips and tricks, drawing the head, how I tackle anatomical perspective, etc. I've been doing manga reviews, manga overviews, and I would like to do more. I kind of took a little break here and there, but I want to kind of pump out one a month, because these types of videos, they don't take a super long time. They take like at minimum a couple of days to at maximum 3 or 4 days to script out, to grab all the images, to edit them in order, and to, you know, upload the video and all that. So it's not a lot of work, but for me, I try to pump out at least 1 or 2 drawings a week so I can become consistent, and that kind of really bites into my time for drawing, because some days I don't want to draw, some days I'm not really feeling it, and on those days I work on other videos. So when I have a manga overview take, you know, the better part of a week up, it's really harder for me to kind of balance my time wisely. But I want to do one a month, and I want to do more book reviews. I've been collecting a lot of Borderlands books and comics and other books like that, so I really want to do more things like that. Although it's harder because I don't really know what format I want to do for normal books and comics that don't really have as many pictures or tell an organic, you know, long form story like a manga does. So that's something I'm gonna have to figure out. Maybe I'll just do what I did with my Borderlands Dead or Alive video, where I just put a bunch of still images, or maybe I'll just do a face-to-face type of thing, or I'll just have the book on the desk with my iPhone recording the video and I can just talk over it. I'm not too sure. And I want to do more concentrated studies. Recently, I haven't been doing a lot of studies. I've been doing a lot of more personal projects and figuring out my art style. But I want to do things like how to, you know, me drawing hands for a week, or I drew, you know, what Sam Does Art did recently. I drew 300 hands. And I just want to do more studies and similar to how I went about studying my vehicles, and I made videos on that, and just tell you guys how I study, what things I look for, and what actual studying looks like versus someone who just looks at an image, draws it, and then doesn't tell you anything about their process, or they just study for an hour and they call it a day, you know. This leads on to my next point, where this is more of a natural transition into the channel for something that is a little less specific in scope. When I started the channel, I really wanted a more specific scope, and as naturally as I get more ideas and as I understand what I want to do and what I like and what I dislike, my channel becomes more broad in terms of the topics I want to create, but still very much in the realm of art channel. I'm not going to become a gaming channel or a drama channel, you know. Moving on, I want to specify my issues with YouTube Shorts. I started uploading YouTube Shorts about halfway into my YouTube, I guess we can call it career, hobby. I never really liked shorts. I don't like short-term content. I prefer long-term content. Short-term content is the junk food of video making, and I didn't really like it at first, but I kind of came with a compromise where I don't want to make content specifically for shorts. I'll just take my long-form videos and turn them into shorts, and I'm not gatekeeping content, and I'm not making specific content for one audience, right? And what I've learned after half a year is that very little growth has been achieved through shorts, and that shorts as a fundamental growth factor and as just a factor at all in YouTube, and this applies to TikTok too, is not very consistent, and I shouldn't really focus on it. And I believe that YouTube and TikTok, because I started a TikTok, I don't have it anymore, intentionally stunts your videos, and most of the time doesn't send it out at all. And from what I've seen on my own analytics, it seems that like for every 5 shorts that flop, and by flop I mean they only get like 10 or 15 views, there's one that gets a little bit more views, you know, like 200 views, which is nothing like a normal video getting 200 views is a lot. A short getting 200 views is the equivalent of a video getting a long form video getting a couple of views. And I think this is like a ploy by YouTube to kind of keep you uploading, keep grinding the upload for that dopamine slash content, because shorts don't have their own homepage like long form videos do. The only time you'll find shorts is in the shorts feed, which YouTube doesn't send out at all most of the time, or when you search a category of things like art, how to draw or whatever, it'll pop up. And most of the time your video won't even pop up because it's dominated by shorts that are junk food, that are unironically trash and don't serve any purpose besides to farm the algorithm for money and for views. And YouTube will push that as the videos as the shorts they want to send, rather than your video, which only has a couple of views compared to the millions of views of someone following the latest trend and not really contributing in any sort of real factor towards educational content, or it's literally just clickbait AI drawings. So yeah, the views will trickle in. Well, actually, let's go back a step. I think that it's quite ridiculous that YouTube will tell me to keep uploading shorts and telling me that, oh, I gained a couple of subscribers from shorts, and then I go to the analytics and YouTube will tell you how many people the shorts have been sent out to. No joke, I've uploaded for 6 months, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, I don't quite remember the timeline, but I will upload a new video. I upload on Saturdays, long form videos, and my shorts I upload on Sundays, both in the mornings. And I've tried all various types of hours and it doesn't really matter, but YouTube will straight up tell me that my short was not sent out to more than 5 people. And that's quite ridiculous, consuming we have 8 billion people, 9 billion people on this planet, and a wide majority of them actually, you know, they spend all their time on shorts, on YouTube, on TikTok, etc. And you're telling me out of hundreds of millions of people that watch YouTube, that you could only send the short out to less than 5 people. I think it's quite ridiculous. And sometimes my shorts blow up as in it gets, you know, a couple hundred views for seemingly no reason. When I uploaded, for example, when I uploaded my Kudelka manga short, it didn't get any traction whatsoever. It got less than 5 views on my short, and then I checked the analytics, and guess what? YouTube didn't send it out. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's a more broad topic. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then all of a sudden, these last couple of days, my Kudelka manga overview got 200 views. Like, that's a lot for me, considering I barely get more than, you know, 10 or 15, and those are probably from my subscribers. So thank you guys. But it seems like it's a rigged game, and you could say, oh, you're complaining, but it's a real complaint, and I'm not going to keep my mouth shut about something that seems like it is an issue. It is an issue for creators that are doing YouTube shorts, right? And this kind of ties in with my social media aspect topic I want to talk about, is that I've experimented with lots of social medias, and the YouTube shorts thing kind of ties in with TikTok too, but I made a TikTok with Twitter, Reddit, etc., Newgrounds, but I mainly stuck with Newgrounds, Patreon, YouTube, and Buy Me a Coffee. What I've realized is it's better to only have a few than to have too many, because you spread yourself too thin. I have a Patreon because monetization on YouTube at this rate will give me monetization in a decade at this point, considering it's been a year and I've gained less than 100 subscribers. And that's not like the main point of the channel, but I just, you know, it needs to be said. It's not something that I'm focusing on too much. I just upload whenever I upload, and I don't really care about the YouTube algorithm, but it is a fact that it will take me more than a decade to get monetization at this point. So people who want to like my content and want to, you know, support me through Patreon, through memberships, they can do that. Patreon also helps me with, I can post some of my more not safe for work content on there without posting it on YouTube and risking a termination on my part, right? On the flip side, I have Buy Me a Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee is more of a tipping platform, but it also does memberships. Patreon does not do tipping. You could have a tier theoretically for like a couple of dollars that tips you, but it's more of a one-off thing, or a reoccurring thing. I mean, not a one-off thing. Buy Me a Coffee does tipping. They do memberships as well. And I think it's good to have both payment factors, because some people like memberships. And when I do get monetized, I'll also have memberships and tipping on YouTube as well whenever that happens. But that's kind of the reason why I have these two. It covers both bases. Obviously, I have my YouTube. I'm uploading on this channel. I'm making this video right now. YouTube technically is a social media, right? You got a comment section. You have videos, people expressing opinions, clickbait, drama, AI bots, etc. But then I also have a Newgrounds, and Newgrounds I really like. I have a few problems with Newgrounds, but most of the positives outweigh the negatives. Newgrounds is more of a homegrown community feeling. It's easier to get eyes on your content. There's no mysterious algorithm, or maybe there is. I haven't really noticed it. I get more organic views on my Newgrounds than I ever did on Twitter or TikTok. There's no pressure to upload, right? It allows not safe for work content. It's a very old school feeling. I'm an old school type of person. I like the old school internet more than the new age internet. I think a lot of people do. And there's a lot of user threads that I've been participating a lot lately, where people ask questions and I answer them according to my own experience. The downsides of Newgrounds is that since it's like a very old school feeling, there's an old guard in place. It's really hard to get scouted on there. I've been uploading for more than a year, and I understand my art isn't for everyone, and my art isn't all that appealing to look at, but I feel like I should have been scouted. Like it says to me that I'm feeling a little bit entitled about that, but I feel like I should be scouted and my art should be allowed on the public page, considering I've shown that I'm not a AI bot, I'm not a troll, I'm uploading actual, real, meaningful to me content. But it's not really much of it's a nothing burger to me. Whether I get scouted or not is not a very big issue. It's just something that's been on my mind recently. And I've made other accounts as well, Reddit, Twitter, etc. Reddit isn't really that great. Technically it's organic growth, I guess, if you call trolling the Reddits and posting your artwork there. I didn't post any of my artwork there, but that's because I found the community's too harsh on posting content and rules against self-promotion. I don't really self-promote at all, but posting art, I guess, technically is self-promoting unless someone else does it for you. If you're your own artist and you post your own art on other social media platforms in an attempt to get followers and viewers and more eyes on your art, it technically is self-promoting. But yeah, I didn't really make it that far with Reddit. Twitter, I had Twitter ever since the creation of this channel. I uploaded all my artworks on there, uploaded all my links, and I deleted them all because it's just like screaming into a void. No one really liked any of my posts. My tweets would get impressions almost immediately within the first 5 minutes, and they would just fall off. There's hardly any discussion on Twitter. There's no like actual portfolio page where I can see all the images someone posts. And it's just the Wild West of the internet over there, and not in the good way that it once was back in the old school days of the internet. It's more of a, anti-Semitic, racist, misogynist, misandrist, like every ist there is, it's on Twitter. And I don't find an issue with that per se, but it just gets very tiring when you scroll down your timeline and all you see is rage bait, because ever since Elon Musk's new takeover, sorry, I bumped the mic. the more views you get on a tweet, you can get monetized and you get money from that. So I'm like, I'm good. Plus, a lot of the communities over there are very self-serving. No one's really helping out each other, and it's a very every man for himself, which is fine. But coupled with all the other issues Twitter has, it's not very conducive for anybody really, unless you're a rage baiter or some type of big figure in a community, right? TikTok I deleted because they instantly just shadow banned me. I don't know like what was wrong with my videos. All I did was just repost my YouTube shorts to TikTok, and I would upload multiple videos, multiple shorts, and they would just literally, my videos would get 0 views, and I'm like, okay, well maybe I'm just a new account, right? But I would upload videos and shorts, and I would see that I would 2-step verification. I have a profile picture. I'm not a bot. You know, I never went on there to scroll. I just go on there to post. And a lot of my videos would get stuck at 0 views. And everywhere I look, they're saying that, oh, it's this, is that, it's this or that. It's very clearly the algorithm doesn't care. I'm not participating in the trends. It's very clear that TikTok doesn't want my business there. So I deleted my TikTok, right? And so I'm sticking with Newgrounds. I'm sticking with Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, and I'm sticking to YouTube. I post most of my artworks on YouTube. I post the not safe for work stuff on Patreon and Newgrounds. And tipping and payment can be made through Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee, right? It also means I can update less of my social media links and change my banners less. Nowadays, I don't even put the links in my videos anymore. I just say check my profile, because I'm so tired of just updating the links every time I try out a new thing. I've been thinking of Tumblr and things like that, but for now, I'm just gonna stick with my main 4 that I have recently. Now, I want to expound on my current thoughts on my art progress now that I'm 3 years in to my art career. At this point, it's a career. I can't really consider it a hobby anymore, considering I do it every day, and I'm trying to better myself and my art and my YouTube channel through art. And I've improved at a rapid pace due to doing a lot less studies, like I said earlier, and a lot more personal projects. I have a much better fundamental understanding of shading, facial and body anatomy, perspective, more of a understanding of how I want to tackle curved hatching, cross hatching, and shading overall, considering all my stuff is hatching, cross hatching, scribbling, stippling, things like that. Very manual, basic pencil marking techniques, right? I've also been looking at a lot of concept art and a lot of art styles. Mainly, as you can tell with my channel, I really like Borderlands. I really like Borderlands. I also really like Takahito Harada, Disgaea, Phantom Brave, Phantom Kingdom, everything related to Nipponichi Software Studios, and anything related to, more importantly, Takahito Harada. I've been looking at those types of concept arts and art books. In fact, I started out wanting to draw like all the other manga artists I've been reading, and I mainly wanted to draw like Takahito Harada, but I very quickly found out that I really despise the I want to say, I don't want to be mean about it, I think it's quite ridiculous, the standards that anime has gone to, anime and manga, typical anime and manga art styles. You know, big head, big forehead, big eyes, no nose, mouth. Maybe that's because I've been learning from such a realistic standpoint in my art, but I never really liked the manga / anime art style, so I never really enjoyed drawing like it. But I think I want to tackle it. I want to give it a renewed process, but in my own way, right? So I kind of want to have 2 art styles, where one is realistic with heavy cross hatching, cross shading, things like that, and I'm going to do a more cartoony style where I kind of morph my hatching and cross hatching and put that in there in a more cartoony style. And that's why I've been experimenting with a lot more brushes, a lot more pencils, although I still haven't really found any that satisfies me, like the default Autodesk Sketchbook pencil brush. I'm still focusing on black and white hatching, cross hatching, manual drawing over relying on tools like the airbrush, paintbrush, etc., other non-pencil like tools. I like the default pencil brush because it is the most basic and most limiting. The problems in my art style and the things that I want to, how do I say it? I want to showcase is not a problem with the brush. It's a problem with the way my skill level is at, the level that my skill level is at, and the way I look at things, right? It's just my skill level isn't there, and my thought process isn't there to how I want to show what I want to show, right? So it's not a brush issue. It's a fundamental lack of knowledge. I was gonna say misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding. It's a lack of knowledge and lack of experience with drawing itself, right? And moving into that kind of lack of knowledge and skill level, I want to do a few more months of personal projects before diving into and messing around with other creative endeavors, such as finding that cartoony art style, because I want to really focus in on and hone in on these realistic drawings first before I want to break the rules and kind of go more cartoony, like taking concepts from Takedo Harada's, the way he draws his characters with skinny bodies, skinny arms, exaggerated poses, and I want to take that and get rid of the big eyes, lack of a nose, simplistic mouth, and just simplistic anatomy overall. Not simplistic anatomy, simplistic design. No, that's not right. It's hard to explain. I want to blend both the character design of Takedo Harada's characters and Borderlands' concept arts, the comic book feeling and the anime feeling, and I want to meld them together into one that is something unique to me and something that's not found anywhere else. And as you can imagine, that's a very difficult process. I haven't even started on it yet, but I've been doing a lot in terms of drawing. I haven't started, but I have been studying. I've done multiple month-long studies on Takedo Harada's art style, but I've done month-long studies on multiple month-long studies on the Borderlands concept arts, and I really want to dial in on that, but in a couple of months when I'm done with my kind of detour from personal studies into personal projects, right? Now, moving on, I want to tell you guys what I wanted to accomplish with this YouTube channel, and that is I made this YouTube channel to help others who have struggled with self-studying, like I have the past 3 years. I wanted people to not fall into the same trap that I have, and to promote a better mindset about drawing in general and art in general. How selfish of me, I wanted more eyes on my art. How dare I? And it gives me something to do instead of just pumping out drawings and studies. It gives me something to do with my day rather than just sit at home and play video games all day and, other things. It also allows me to express what little creativity I have, because I'm not a very creative type of person. So having the YouTube channel helps me kind of formulate my thoughts on art in general. And it helps me kind of open my brain up to more creative thoughts overall, and to learn what it means to be creative in my drawing and in my videos. I also was just very tired of consuming various forms of media, manga, video games, etc. And I wanted to create instead. That's what I wanted to accomplish with this YouTube channel. Ending thoughts. My channel is purely anti-clickbait, anti-modern YouTube, which can be both a positive and a negative. All thumbnails and videos are very self-explanatory and can be entirely surmised by the thumbnail and title. I am 100% honest about everything that goes on in my videos and the art that I put out, right? I don't really want to foster a community or have delusions of becoming a multimillionaire and sell products to that community and exploit a community, right? I've kind of grown tired of every YouTuber having a Discord, every YouTuber just exploiting their audience with sponsorships and things like that. And I don't do sponsorships. I will never do sponsorships. And you know, I wholly recommend installing adblock to block my videos, because I use adblock too, right? I don't really care about any of that stuff. I upload for fun, and I upload my progress, right? That's it. I also want to improve as an artist, and I wanted to document my journey and leave a mark on the world, quote unquote mark, even if it is infinitesimally, did I say that right? Minuscule in comparison to what others do. And I didn't want to just, you know, kind of not do anything with my life. And since I've gone wholesale into art, I might as well document my thoughts, my feelings, and help others avoid the same stuff I've been doing. And it helps me out in the long run, right? Gives me some sort of footprint on the internet that I want to leave behind, no matter how small, right? This video was a lot of rambling. It was I don't know if it was incoherent or coherent or not. I just wanted to tell you guys my thoughts and my feelings, and just tell you what the future of this channel holds and what I think about current daily topics involving this channel, right? So, once again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. I hope everything goes well on your art journeys. I hope everything goes well in your guys' lives. And I will catch you guys later. So, thank you.